Never have I ever spent any money on Facebook ads to market my print on demand. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is MeyAroyo and I teach creative people how to sell their art online. And today I'm here to talk to you about all of the ways to market your print on demand. Now I'm saying all of the ways to market your print on demand, but obviously we're not going to cover all of the ways. There are about 50 or something social media networks that most people don't even know of. I mean, you have the other Klasniki or VK or whatever is the Russian Facebook. I remember there was something called High Five. It was a Danish website. And, people do stuff with email marketing and a lot of other old and new techniques where people market their print on demand to a very large audience or to a very specific demographics. But what I want to do today is to focus on the main ways that I see that a lot of people are marketing their print on demand, and mostly for free. While one of these ways is operating with your own website, you still have the option to do it for free. Obviously, I always recommend getting your own domain and hosting, and yes, paying for it, but you can also have a free website to promote your print on demand, and all of the other ways that I'll be mentioning will be regardless of ads. So no Facebook ads, no Instagram ads, no Pinterest ads, no Google ads, nothing of that. Just good old-fashioned marketing. Now, while the information here targeted to print-on-demand sellers can also be valuable for people who sell printables or digital downloads, there will be a video in about 2 or 3 days specifically targeted for people selling printables, so you can go ahead and wait for that one if you're selling digital download items on Payhip, Etsy, Shopify, or wherever, or stay tuned if you want to learn how to promote your print on demand. Now, when I'm referring to print on demand, we have 3 types of basically selling print on demand. The first type is when we're selling print on demand on a marketplace while the marketplace is our supplier. For example, Redbubble, Society6, TeePublic, they all have their own products that they manufacture, and we basically have a profile within their website. Same as, for example, Art of Wear or Fine Art America. The second type of print on demand is when we're using print on demand from a supplier and basically sell it on a marketplace. For example, using Printful as your print on demand supplier and integrating it with Etsy. When doing things this way, you have more control over the types and quality of items that you're selling, and you're still a part of a big marketplace. For the better or worse, you're enjoying the traffic that comes from the marketplace, but you're also suffering from the competition that is right there on your page. And then we have the third type of print on demand, which is basically doing print on demand on your own website. Whether it's print on demand on Shopify, or if you're connecting it to Launchcart or doing it on WooCommerce, or even using the white label websites that you can get with Spreadshirt, with Teespring, as well as with Fine Art America, doing print on demand on your own website is basically having to generate 100% of the marketing to yourself. But you also have a big advantage while doing things on your own website, which is zero competition on your own platform if you already brought the traffic in, and a chance to get ranked higher on Google. And I really want to touch all of these subjects, and I wrote like a lot in my notebook because I really don't want to miss out on anything. So this will be a video for all 3 types of print on demand, but I will be mentioning if one technique is better than the other in terms of where you're selling your print on demand or what it is that you're selling. I have 6 platforms for you guys to use as your marketing and 11 tips to do that. And since it's going to be a really long video packed with a lot of information, if you have your notebook somewhere, a piece of paper or a pen, you might want to grab it, and let's get started. The first platform we all know exists on social media, and it is still a really big platform for the majority of the world, is Facebook. And when I'm talking about Facebook, we have various ways to market our print on demand on Facebook, regardless of Facebook ads. You have your own profile where you can share anything you do for print on demand, and you can set up a professional page for your print on demand brand. Whether you're setting up a page for yourself as an artist, basically promoting your art through that page, setting up a page for a brand, for example, a clothing brand or the name of your store, or even setting up multiple pages based on topics to combine with several niches. So in that way, we're talking about first understanding the identity of your print on demand. Because I could be an artist. Okay, so you know what? My artist name is MeyAroyo, and I do a specific type of art, and then I sell it on a bunch of products. So I'm an artist first. And some people might say, you know what, I'm basically selling t-shirts, I'm basically selling clothing items and accessories, and they have a clothing brand on Shopify, or they have an Etsy store for beautiful phone cases, or a WooCommerce store for selling basically, I don't know, print-on-demand jigsaw puzzles. And that store that you open that has a concept around it, whether clothing, a home decor, wall art, jigsaw puzzles, or any of that, would have a page for its brand. However, let's say you have various designs for cat lovers, for dog lovers, for people who love math, as well as for holidays, for people who love llamas, funny designs, sarcastic designs, and you're selling them on Redbubble, on TeePublic, you're selling them on Spreadshirt, on Threadless, on Zazzle, and you have these designs on multiple platforms, on multiple products. You can set up multiple pages to basically support each and every one of your niches. So for example, you can have a page for dog lovers that has cute little dog jokes and then combine it with some of your designs for dog lovers, like a t-shirt that says Corgi Mom, for example. The same concept of having a page either based on you as an artist, on your brand, or on a niche is something that we've already talked about when we talked about Instagram marketing. There has been 3 videos on Instagram marketing covering each and every one of these options. They might have been a little bit outdated because Instagram has changed a bit, and we'll touch that in a minute. But those lessons from those Instagram marketing videos are still valid for having a Facebook page. The only difference is that a few years ago, something really changed with the Facebook algorithm, and pages who don't sponsor their posts get less organic traffic even from their own followers. And it's really, really hard to promote your Facebook page without money. That's why for most people, I would really suggest operating your print on demand from your own profile as well as from groups, unless you are a true artist and have an artist page or a full-on brand, for example, a Shopify store, not on Etsy. If you are an artist, or if you have an Etsy store or any kind of really cute little boutique of your own for print on demand, it's really nice if you can post every now and then on your own profile if this is the type of art that you do on the day-to-day. The same way that you could be using your own personal Instagram and not a separate Instagram for your print on demand. You could also be posting your print on demand designs on groups. And I'm not talking about going to these Redbubble groups where people keep posting, and I see this a lot, and I see, oh my God, I see people promote like top quality or some random design, and I'm like, we are all Redbubble designers here. This is a Redbubble designers group. We all have the same quality. I don't mean the groups that are targeted to designers. If you're on Etsy, for example, there are full-on Etsy groups on Facebook, Etsy for the US, for the UK, in various types of places around the world for Etsy sellers and Etsy buyers together. Well, I'm not telling you to post what you're selling every single day in those groups. You might actually get banned. On these groups, a lot of people actually ask for recommendation for gifts. People go like, hey, I'm looking for a gift for my brother. He's 31 years old and he likes video games and he has a dog. Or I'm looking for a gift for my parents. It's their anniversary and they're together for 40 years and I want to give them something special. And when you're looking into these groups, whenever you see something that is relevant to what you're selling, you can post it. And again, I mentioned relevant to what you're selling. So if someone is looking for a cute little anniversary gift for their husband, please, please don't share your, I don't know, seamless pattern floral pillow or something like that. That's totally unrelated. To be honest, Facebook is my least favorite social media platform to market your print on demand. I think that in a way, Facebook became a little bit more social for me to check up on, my friends and what they're doing around the world, as well as to check on the community. And if you have any way to create a group yourself around your print on demand product or around your print on demand niche, that could also be an amazing way to market your store. But Facebook without the ads feels like it doesn't have the strength it used to have, which leads me directly to Instagram. As I said, Instagram had 3 full videos on how to market your print on demand using Instagram as an artist, as a niche, or as a brand. And I will leave a link to all 3 of those down below. And Instagram is an amazing, amazing, amazing platform where you can market pretty much anything, even though I see people constantly doing the same mistakes when they're promoting their print on demand on Instagram, which are mostly using very boring mockups they get from the platform, as well as putting links in posts and putting a link in your actual bio instead of a place for a link so no one can actually click on it. and people who post 11 posts in a day and then forget about Instagram for 2 weeks, or not even use the story options or the reel options and upload no videos. Instagram has changed so much in the past few years, and it's been more and more leaning towards promoting videos, promoting making reels, whether they're from videos, from actual like video pieces of what you do, like an actual video, or even if there's slideshow videos featuring several images and a cool little, I don't know, song or music in the process. But Instagram is more than ever a tool for people to show their creativity. So just bluntly uploading mock-ups and doing hashtag Redbubble is not going to work. I would recommend trying to figure out if you're under the hat of an artist, under the hat of a niche, or under the hat of a brand, and post even daily. But more important than posting daily is posting on your story and making beautiful and very, very artistic reels. You can use Canva to edit multiple types of Instagram posts, or even find a sort of type of Instagram that you want to have this sort of like design aspect and make it very aesthetic. Or you can edit some of your photos using Snapseed, which is an app that I'm using so much to edit pretty much any type of photo. I mentioned Snapseed a bit more in a video that I did about all the tools that I'm using for print on demand. I will leave a link to that video down below. The biggest change that has entered our lives with Instagram, making it at almost the top of my personal list, is the fact that you can now put links directly from your story. Before that, you only have one place to put your link, which is your website link on your Instagram bio and your Instagram profile. And of course, you can have multiple links by using a website like Linktree, or launch cart links like Launch Links, or even Canva, to create sort of a page for your link in bio, what we call a link in bio page, that basically consists of several links for yourself. My older page for that was a page that I built using WordPress, actually using my own website to create the link in bio page. And there has been a full tutorial on how you can do that as well. I will leave a link to that one down below. But regardless of that one special link, now we have the option for all of us, not just people with more than 10,000 followers, but all of us, to put a link in story. And that could be kind of cool. I mean, think about it. Maybe you made this like beautiful piece of illustration or this beautiful painting, and you take a photo of yourself, you know, the process of making the painting, the result of the painting. I don't know, you were holding the brush in your hand, or even if it was digital, you know, you're just in front of the computer or holding your tablet. And that's the photo you upload on as a post, as something that is always going to be there. But to your story, you can upload every single product that you upload that graphics or that painting on and link directly to that product from your story. Having a link in story really changed what all marketers are thinking and saying about Instagram. And I really do think that it's an amazing platform to work in. But when you do work with Instagram, you have to remember the fact that when you're starting out, no one knows you. You can start by using your own Instagram if you already have a following, and this is something that relates to what you do. But if what you do usually on your Instagram is share photos of your, I don't know, keto diet food, and that's why you have followers, these followers will probably stop following you if you started sharing some random art that you upload onto Society6. In that case, it will be much better if you open your own little Instagram account for that. And you should definitely open a separate Instagram account if you are a brand and you have your own store. You know, no one by the name of, I don't know, David something is opening his Instagram account for Nike. I mean, Nike has their own Instagram. And I would really recommend on Instagram to be as social as you can. And that means tagging everyone who's in the photo. And I know that you might ask me something like, what do you mean everyone who's in the photo? If I'm uploading, you know, something that I created or something that I designed, am I the person I need to tag? Well, not entirely. I mean, look at this. If I were to upload this to MeyAroyo, which is where I promote my art, I would be tagging 3 people. I'll be tagging my own personal profile because I made it. I will also be tagging Society6 because that's where the puzzle's from. And I will also be tagging Procreate, which is how I made this liquid art. And making sure that you tag the marketplace or the platform as well as the supplier in that case. I mean, if you're, if you're not selling on Etsy, but you're selling on your own Shopify store using Printful, you're not going to tag Shopify. You're going to tag Printful, as well as maybe tag how you made this art piece, whether it's Procreate or Canva or Clip Studio Paint. You'd be surprised how many times that I did this really cool design and tagged something like, I don't know, Wacom or Procreate or Society 6 or Printful. I actually got replies for them and sometimes even got a share into their story. So that could really bump your efforts along the way if you actually tag accounts of people who are involved in making your items. But even before all these links and all of these tagging of people and accounts, Instagram was still a pretty powerful way to get people to follow you if you have a certain niche. And yes, having art is a niche, but if you constantly upload things that are completely different from each other, it will be very hard for someone to make the decision to want to follow you. What I would suggest in most cases, and what I suggested to a lot of my clients that opened, whether it was a printable store or a print on demand, or even selling, handmade products they make themselves on Etsy, is once you upload something onto your Instagram account that has a certain topic, that has certain tags, go within these tags and see what other people have posted, like their posts, comment on their post, an actual comment, and not just, hey, nice post, please go follow me on Instagram. And also go into the trend setters in that specific tag and comment there. So for example, if I'm uploading a unique piece of wall art and I'm doing hashtag home decor or interior decor, I might want to go check out interior designers and comment on their posts and what they're doing. One, because if I'm selling really good wall decor, getting a bit of attention from an interior designer might be a good idea. And two, people who follow interior designers usually want to see pretty stuff. So, if you comment there and you'll be very visible, maybe someone will check in on you, especially if your name on Instagram and your photo are quite interesting. Moving on to TikTok. And that is a social media platform that I have yet to crack. I'm completely clueless about it. I mean, I know that you can put in your own Instagram link and a link to your YouTube channel, and it's randomly choosing on topics. I tried setting it up here. The first time I opened TikTok here, I got a bunch of people dancing Bulgarian folk dancing. Apparently it's trending in my region. And it's still very unclear to me how TikTok decides what to show you, or why are you seeing all these things, or why are people so crazed up about TikTok? But the fact is that they are. And the majority of what I've seen that works on TikTok is either having the process of something done or having something funny. So for example, if you have this like really, really brilliant acrylic pouring painting, then showing the process of how you made that painting, and then of course at the end telling people they can go ahead and buy it, might be an awesome idea. You can also show the process of going from sketching something into digitizing it, into putting it on products, and then showing the products that way. You can also demonstrate a use of a product. For example, what I plan to do with Miss Jigsaw once I crack TikTok is to actually do some time lapses of me doing some puzzles and uploading it there. And of course, all of the puzzles that I'm doing, people can just go ahead and buy from me, which helps me market my own puzzle designs on Society 6 and on Zazzle. But the main thing that I've seen really working for TikTok is having something funny within a niche. So for example, if you have a lot of designs that are targeted to people who love cats or cat owners, funny, quirky cat designs, you can very well have a successful TikTok account by photographing and videographing funny stuff that your cat does. Because, the chances are that someone with a cat would follow this and might get some of your own merch. And just technically and generally being funny and getting any kind of emotion from people is the best way to market pretty much anything. Once I figure out TikTok, I promise to bring a little bit more content on it. So far, I'm still struggling with it myself. But one thing that I really noticed about TikTok that got me really impressed is that a lot of the very successful videos on TikTok are extremely non-professional. I think that there is still a bit of a charm in that social media platform for people to just be themselves and to try. So just try out TikTok and see if you like it. Try uploading sort of like reels or like video segments or video slideshows of your products, or just document the process of making and designing an item and see how that goes. Or even do very short product reviews if you've ordered your own products. Social media number 4, YouTube. Yes, YouTube. And I don't mean what I'm doing. I mean, when I mention Miss Jigsaw here, I'm obviously not really, I don't know, I'm not really promoting my puzzles when I show them to you guys. I mean, even when I was showing you guys this puzzle by Society 6, I wasn't saying, hi, puzzle lovers, there is a new cool puzzle that I designed, go ahead and buy it. I was more targeting to people who sell their art by, you know, telling you guys, hey, if you're selling on Society 6 or if you want to sell on Society 6, this is the quality. But the fact is that I very well could have made a time lapse of doing this puzzle along with YouTuber Karin Prater, which helped me that day when I was doing this, and really talk about this puzzle and target people who love puzzles and talk about the fact that this was a 200-piece puzzle that took two very smart women a long time to do because it was very hard with all the colors. So I could have very well made this about this product, which is something that I plan on doing with my jigsaw puzzle designs. So a great way of using YouTube to promote your designs is by showing off their quality to a lot of people. And another way that I've seen a lot of people do is basically filming the process of you making a design, just sort of recording the screen while you do something and then showing people that they can purchase the end result, meaning the artwork. You don't have to be an expert in video editing or in audio or in sound or in composition to be successful on YouTube at any type of YouTube channel. I mean, when I started this channel, I had a really bad camera that I was using, like an iPhone 5 camera, and sometimes even my very old Mac camera, and really bad lighting and really bad sound, and I did not know video editing. But you can definitely succeed by being out there, by making videos about something that interests people. And it really is about how to find the YouTube channel that correlates with what you're selling. And I think that the deeper part of it is understanding why you're selling what you're selling, or what it is that you're selling. Who is your audience? Because if you're just uploading random designs onto Redbubble or TeePublic, you probably won't have any benefit from a YouTube channel. But if you have a very specific niche, a very specific reason for that niche, having a YouTube channel can really help you out. And yes, I mentioned, YouTube channel about making puzzles for people who love puzzles to promote your print-on-demand puzzles. And I've said jigsaw puzzles or puzzles in this video so much. And I've also mentioned sort of a video that shows the process of your artwork, but there are a lot of other types of YouTube channels and YouTube videos you can do to promote your print on demand. For example, if you make really nice textured art that is on Society 6 on large fabrics or with various colors, you can have sort of an interior design YouTube channel that talks about color combination within your house, how to, I don't know, find the right wall art piece for your house, how to find the right curtains, and of course, mentioning your own art and your own products in the process. You could also have an account that is targeting a specific, I don't want to say community or audience, but sort of a specific message. If you have a lot of designs about female empowerment, then having a YouTube channel that talks about powerful women or interviews women in business might be a good idea. Documenting your life if you're gay, bisexual, lesbian, transgender, and you have designs for print-on-demand targeting the LGBTQ plus niche. Having a fashion blog if you have, very specific fashionistic designs and accessories that you've ordered from yourself, or even having a blog that raises awareness to a certain condition, illness, mental condition, physical condition, if your print-on-demand designs are corresponding with that condition. The options are endless, but it has to be revolving around a certain niche or a certain product. Otherwise, no one's going to watch your YouTube videos, and YouTube itself will not understand what your channel is about, which means that YouTube will not promote you on YouTube, and you've basically just wasted your time. Coming up to our fifth social media channel, which is Pinterest. And Pinterest is one of my favorite ways to promote pretty much anything people can buy if it has a visual aspect to it. Like, any kind of print-on-demand product, basically. Because Pinterest is basically Google search of images that people can save for themselves for later. There has been a full tutorial on how to promote your Redbubble store on Pinterest, and I think it's either the most viewed video in this channel or almost the most viewed. I think it had around 30,000 views. I'm not really sure. I kind of wish I would have checked it before filming this video. But Pinterest is a huge, huge platform to market your print-on-demand designs. And I don't know what more to say that I haven't said in that video, but using Pinterest is something that you need to do almost daily. A little bit goes a long way. So a little bit every day, and also pin from it in the platform and not just from your own stuff. I do have some more things to say about Pinterest, but they will come in a few little tips that I have to give you at the end of this video. And I just want to skip Pinterest for now to go directly to the last place where you can market your print on demand for free, which is your own website. Now, when I'm saying your own website, I don't mean where you sell your own stuff. Of course, you can have your own Shopify store or WooCommerce store or Launchcart store where you're selling your print on demand, and I would really recommend for that store to have a blog where you can constantly blog about your products and get more SEO traffic through more words, basically. But if you don't have these, if you're selling on Society6, if you're selling on Zazzle, if you're selling on Etsy, you can have a website for yourself that displays the different places in which you're selling and displays you as an artist. This is more targeted for people who are either an artist and they want to feature their stuff, or for people who want to blog about a certain niche or a certain product along the way to make sure they get more traffic. For example, I can see this really working out for people who sell on major platforms like Redbubble and Society6, platforms that basically have a large variety of products. So when you upload this really cute and funny design, you upload it onto a t-shirt the same way you upload it onto a mug and onto a sticker and onto a card and onto a pillowcase and a tumbler and a lot of other products. As well as if you upload this really cool floral pattern, you're uploading it on big, huge curtains, as well as wall art, as well as pillows and tote bags. If this is something that you're doing and you don't have the niche to basically gather everything for you, you don't have a specific style, what you can do is open up websites and blogs to basically target the product itself. So for example, a whole website about cute stickers, a whole website about wall art, a whole website about pillows, and using keywords that are trending on Google SEO to make sure that website is being promoted, along with, of course, Pinterest, Instagram, and any other type of social media that I mentioned here. There has been several tutorials on marketing your print on demand using a website and having a website that is not your actual store, and I will be making more of them once I finally finalize Miss Jigsaw. I've been working on it a lot, and I've actually bought another domain. I bought another domain like 2 days ago. It's about wrapping paper. I've just been going crazy. I love buying domains, and I think that I will be making more videos on basically having a website that is not, a store, but a blog that markets your print-on-demand products. Please let me know if that is something that is interesting to you, because these videos are hella long. Now, these 6 avenues or social media platforms or platforms in general that we've discussed, which are Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, and your own website, they all have to be made in a certain way for it to succeed. And of course, you don't have to have all of them. All you have to do is choose the ones that are good for you, the ones where you feel comfortable in, and the ones that you feel like you can be consistent with doing them, because consistency is the #1 thing that you should be doing to market your print on demand online. If you open up an Instagram account and upload 12 posts in 12 days, and then forget about it for 3 months while uploading every day to Pinterest, and then remember, oh yeah, I'm gonna check out YouTube, you're pretty much gonna have nothing. What you need to do is to focus on the social media channels that you are choosing to promote and find the balance, what to do when, including when to design more art for your print on demand. The second thing that you can do to increase your chances of marketing your print on demand on social platforms is to play by the rules of the platform. Every platform basically has their own rules, whether you're reading their blog or checking out their algorithm changes or just looking at the platform. Sometimes it's actually very easy to see. I mean, for example, if I go to Canva, they have a size for a pin design. And that is because Pinterest actually has a size they prefer your pins to be at. So why not make your pins in the size that Pinterest prefers them? Every single marketing platform also likes that you check out what they did new. So for example, when Instagram started with making longer videos than 15 minutes, people who made longer videos got more exposure. And when Instagram started with making reels, people who made reels got more exposure than usual, because the platform is giving you something new to try. And if you're trying it, you're going to succeed more. By the way, this is not just true for social media. It's also true for platforms like Etsy. Because, for example, when Etsy started basically giving you the option to have a video listing, like a listing video instead of just listing photos, you should have taken advantage of that and uploaded a video, because that became a factor of Etsy SEO. The third advice I can give you for all of these platforms is to spend time on that platform. And I don't mean obviously your website, not as much, but if you're on these platforms, spend time on them. If you have a print-on-demand store on Etsy and you're using Etsy groups, Etsy buyers and sellers groups, to sometimes comment your link to your store or a link to a product, don't just go to these groups to do that. Go to these groups and check out what other people are uploading. Get invested in what they're uploading. Comment to people. Show them that you're there, not just to promote yourself. Same goes for Instagram. If you're on Instagram and, I don't know, you have a mental health niche, don't just go in and promote your own stuff. Actually go on Instagram and have fun. Have fun being on Instagram and checking out things you're interested in. I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of the profiles that I follow on Instagram are for pottery. I just like seeing really pretty pottery and succulents and cactuses, regardless of the fact that I have no designs on them and it's not any of my niches. It's just something that I like to follow. The fourth tip that I have to give you is to utilize your links in a smart way. When it comes to Instagram, putting a link in bio is always better if that link is for a links page and not just one link to one store. In that way, you can always utilize that link to send people to different types of products that you have, or to even certain agendas that you want to promote, or links to a group, or links to your Facebook page, or to a website. But having just one link that is to one store is usually not the way to go, unless you're having a Shopify store. And then that can be cute. Also, make sure that you're using links even on Facebook. I have seen so many people with Facebook pages, and mostly like Etsy sellers, and they have a Facebook page and they're like, oh my God, we have new t-shirts in our store. And the post consists of photos and text and not a link to the new t-shirts. Why is that? The fifth tip that I can give you is to use other mockups when possible. I mean, yes, I don't think I can use other mockups for Society 6 jigsaw puzzles, because the jigsaw puzzle mockups that I have seen on Placeit were of very few pieces. But for t-shirts, hoodies, pillowcases, shower curtains, a lot of various products, I would recommend using mockups from either Placeit or from Canva, because having just mockups from the platform itself can be boring. And yes, some platforms have amazing mockups. I mean, Zazzle just started with like insanely cute mockups, especially for their wrapping paper. And I've also seen really, really cool and unique mockups with Printful or with Printify or with Kittl. Because the truth is, if you want to stand up on social media, you're not going to do it with the generic Redbubble mockups. Tip number 6 for promoting your print-on-demand on social media is to create your own style of doing things, to be consistent with the font that you're using, with the colors that you're using, and how your social media channel looks like. Doing random stuff is not going to get you anywhere. And the best example I can give you for that is something that you can immediately see when you go into my channel. I don't know if you've noticed, but most of my video banners look pretty much the same. I'm using the same font for most of them, or the same secondary font for some of them, in a very similar style, with most of my banners having the same font, Londrina, in white, and some photo of me on the side. So I'm trying to be consistent with how I display myself, and that's the same thing that you should be doing with presenting your print on demand, not just on YouTube, but anywhere online. Tip number 7, don't forget to do a little bit of a trends research or keyword research. If you're on YouTube, you can use vidIQ to do your research. If you're anywhere else online, you can use basically trends.google, like Google Trends, or I'm also using Word Tracker for my SEO. There has been a full video about Google SEO. I will leave a link to that one down below, and I might make a new one this year. Please let me know if you want to learn a bit more about Google SEO. Now, when I'm talking about trending research, I'm not just talking about the fact, you can check what's trending on Redbubble or what's trending on TeePublic or merch by Amazon, because those things might not specifically also be trending on Instagram. But it's important when you're using Instagram to explore hashtags within your niche and actually know what you're doing. Actually research funny things that people do with this niche, or things that people might say or things that people might tag, to actually know how to behave from within the niche. And I think that this correlates with me saying in a lot of videos that the products that you should be designing and the niche you should be designing is a niche you actually care about and know something about. Otherwise, you won't be able to have these little inner jokes or hashtags that relates to it. Tip number 8 is branding. And I know I said like you can be your own artist and just have a photo of you, or you could be a niche, but if you're not any of those and you're an actual store on Shopify and you want to be a clothing brand, you really have to have a good brand name and a logo and have it featured throughout every single thing that you're uploading to every social media. Which takes me also to number 9, which I like to call one voice. And that means whether you're a brand or whether you're an artist or a niche, if you're on Pinterest and Facebook and Instagram, or if you're on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, you should have one voice. You should have one way that you're phrasing things, that you're talking about yourself and about your brand, and basically be consistent within those platforms. So if you're uploading something to one platform, you'll upload it to the other and vice versa. Number 10 is trying to get buyers involved with your marketing. And I know that it sounds a bit weird, but for example, let's say you have a Shopify store or an Etsy store. You can tell a person who purchased from you that you'll give them a 10% discount or any kind of discount for next time if they upload a photo of the product they got to Instagram and tag you. Getting other people to be involved in your marketing is pretty much the best technique to get the word out there if you're a new brand. And tip number 11, and the most important one, is to always test your own merchandise and to be able to give out your own photos if you have them. If you're planning on spending so much effort and marketing your shower curtain store, or the store that sells really, really cool party supplies from Zazzle, or the store that sells amazing greeting cards or beautiful laptop sleeves, you might as well test them out first. And I'm not even talking about clothing, that you need to make sure that things are like, true to size that is being mentioned. Or if a t-shirt comes in stinky or itchy, or the print comes out right. Always test your own products. It will give you the best grounds to choose a good product, to stand behind your product, and to market it well. Mostly because you'll have it. It's a lot easier for me to create beautiful photos of this puzzle without mock-ups than any other puzzle that I'm selling on Society6, just because I physically have it. And that's the beauty of having your own products. That's the beauty of ordering them and knowing where to invest your time. I mean, think about it. What if you open an Etsy store, integrate it with some supplier, sell this like really nice t-shirt, spend all the time marketing it, only to end up with the first few reviews being, this is extremely low quality and the print is bad. That could have been avoided. So go ahead and test order everything that you're buying, everything that you're designing, at least a little bit. Test it out to see that it's good, or even watch reviews on it. There are a lot more product reviews coming up, and there were a lot of product reviews in this channel, so you can go ahead and check it out from my experience before you want to decide on your own. That works as well. And another thing that you can do, if you like this video, is to hit that like button down below, because every time you do, it really does help my channel. And subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow with an Easter design tutorial for print on demand. I will be basically designing my Easter designs for TeePublic, and I would love for you to tag along. And a day or 2 days after that will be pretty much this video, but targeted for people who are selling printables and digital downloads online. And with that being said, and with this very long video done, I can't wait to see your questions and to make more targeted videos on the print-on-demand social media marketing avenues that you're choosing for 2022. But that was it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching, and as usual, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!